We find ourselves in Afghanistan in the year 2001. The scene opens with a man sitting calmly, sipping tea. His name is Amir. He appears relaxed, but this tranquility is short-lived. Soon, he receives a message from his supervisor. Without hesitation, Amir gets up and leaves the area. Shortly after, he arrives at a house located on the outskirts of town. Here, a group of men stands guard over several cages. Inside these cages are Americans, held captive. Among them is Jake, the protagonist of our story. Jake has clearly seen better days. She has been subjected to torture, and the lack of food and water has left her severely weakened. Amir, however, has other plans for Jake. He intends to use her as a public example to send a message to anyone who dares to challenge his authority or try to take his land. Amir gathers everyone in the center of the area and summons a crowd. He instructs his men to record the entire event. He then hands out stones to the people and begins his speech. In his address, Amir labels the Americans as beasts who have invaded their land. He stirs up anger and resentment among the crowd. One of Jake's companions, in an act of defiance, drops the stone he was given. Amir, who tolerates no such acts of rebellion, orders the man to pick it up. When the man refuses, Amir makes an example of him. An innocent person is killed as a result. To Amir, killing an American is a loss, but killing civilians is not as significant. With no other choice, the Marines, along with the rest of the crowd, are forced to throw stones at their companion. Jake is sentenced to be stoned to death. The stones keep coming until she collapses. Just as it seems all hope is lost, a Black Hawk helicopter appears in the sky. It unleashes a barrage of bullets on the armed men below. A Marine unit quickly deploys from the helicopter and rescues Jake. However, Amir manages to escape with his men before they can be captured. From a distance, Amir fires an RPG rocket-propelled grenade and shoots down one of the helicopters. To ensure the safety of the unit, the pilot orders a retreat. Jake can only watch from the air as Amir executes her friends. This marks the beginning of our story, titled Dirty Angels. The scene then shifts to a different part of Afghanistan, but this time to a less grim setting, a school where young women spend their days studying and engaging in sports. It has been 3 years since Jake was rescued from Amir and his men. The school appears to be a place of hope and learning, but this peace is shattered in under a minute. A group of heavily armed men in vans attacks the school. Several trucks arrive quickly, and the courtyard turns into a war zone. The men capture the girls and load them into the trucks. The leader of this operation is none other than Amir. He orders his men to check every classroom to ensure no one is left behind. However, a small group of students manages to escape to the rooftop. The guards who try to defend the girls are gunned down by AK-47 fire. The trucks fill up quickly, but Amir has another mission: to find a specific young woman, the daughter of Kamila Durrani. Anyone who tries to protect her will pay a heavy price. The girls on the rooftop know it's only a matter of time before they are discovered, so they decide to make a run for it. Fortunately, they manage to get hold of a gun, but there are many armed men and only a few bullets. In the end, Amir catches them. The brave girl he was searching for turns out to be the one who has been filling the other girls' minds with her ideas. Amir declares that any girl found with her will be punished for treachery and will meet her god sooner than expected. Meanwhile, back home, Kamila Durrani receives a video sent by Amir. In the video, Amir demands $10 million for each of the kidnapped girls, along with other conditions. The girls, now locked in a filthy, foul-smelling cell, are the daughters of prominent American ministers and politicians. This makes them valuable to the Taliban. Unlike the other girls, whose fates remain uncertain, these girls are kept alive because of their high ransom value. The story then takes us to California, where Jake is still wearing her military uniform. However, this won't last much longer. Jake has decided to accuse Collins, the pilot who saved her life 3 years ago, of cowardice. She demands his expulsion from the army. The captain and others in her unit think she's out of line and give her until the following Monday to reconsider her decision. If she loses the case, Collins can accuse her in return and she could end up in military prison. To blow off some steam, Jake heads to the gym. However, because she's seen as the black sheep of the army, no one wants to be around her. Her instructor makes this clear by roughing her up in the ring. Collins too faces accusations of cowardice and treason, making him a pariah. By association, Jake is also ostracized. After her rough workout, Travis appears with a tempting offer. First, he tells her to take a shower because she smells. Then, he informs her about the situation with the kidnapped girls in Afghanistan. Travis wants Jake to return to Afghanistan with a unit to rescue them. Jake realizes that her accusations against Collins or any other officer will never gain traction. To everyone else, she's a traitor. If she stays, the captain will bury her behind a desk, and she'll always be hated by her fellow soldiers. This mission is her last chance to get back into action. To make the offer more appealing, Travis shows her a photo of Amir, pointing out that Collins is not her true enemy. Jake is filled with desperation and self-loathing for not taking action against Amir sooner. Travis promises her what she truly wants: vengeance. 9 hours and one terrible meal later, Jake lands in Kwa, Afghanistan. There, she meets the rest of her team. The team consists of 6 women. Raquel, a mechanical specialist; Geek, their tech expert; Caressa, an explosive specialist; Jan, a medic and shooter; and Mike, the only man on the team who is also a medic. Mike has secured IDs for them to pass as Doctors Without Borders. As soon as the introductions are over, Jake steps outside to speak with Agna, her contact in Afghanistan. Agna is the person who helped them get close to Amir the last time. Fortunately, their cover story still holds. Later, Travis meets with the team alongside Jake and introduces them to Camila Durrani. Camila has been going through a difficult time since her daughter's disappearance. She has collected the $10 million ransom, but insists that if the mission fails or things get complicated, the team must prioritize saving her daughter. Satellite images show that the girls have been taken out of the border region, so the team must rely on conventional methods to avoid attracting attention. Camila has arranged a guaranteed passage with Bashar, a corrupt officer who is eager to help them take on the Taliban. After 6 hours in the desert, the team arrives at their base. There, they must pretend to be medical personnel and prepare for the next step. Jake seizes the opportunity to slip away and meet with Agna, who provides valuable information. Meanwhile, Amir decides to release one of the girls but wants her to deliver a message to the local police station. The idea of being freed seems too good to be true, and the girl is suspicious. The team, however, needs weapons. The only people who have them, apart from the Taliban, are corrupt soldiers. The team plans to steal the weapons by blowing up a gas cylinder depot. When the soldiers respond to the explosion, thinking it's an attack, the team will seize their weapons. The plan works. But during the escape, Mike is killed. The women have no choice but to go back for his body, or their cover will be blown. This leads to another firefight, and Travis ends up dead. They also lose the HPI, high-value target they worked so hard to obtain. The women are furious. It was Jake's idea to go back for Mike's body, and now 2 team members are dead, with most of their weapons lost. The mission has gone from difficult to nearly impossible. Bashar calls Camila, who arrives with the $10 million and tells the team to save only her daughter. She refuses to let her daughter be beheaded in a video for the world to see. Agna informs them that the panic they caused has put everyone on high alert. The Sheikh, a high-ranking Taliban member, is to be moved the following day. If they intercept the convoy and capture the Sheikh, they can negotiate an exchange. Early the next morning, the team sets up an ambush for the convoy carrying the Sheikh. The plan is straightforward, but a bus full of civilians threatens to ruin it. Raquel takes decisive action to stop the bus, and the ambush is successful. The team captures the Sheikh, but another unit approaches, and Raquel's leg gets trapped under a truck. The team is forced to leave her behind, knowing she will likely face the same fate Jake endured: torture, trade, or execution. Jake begins to realize that no matter where she goes, her friends die. It's not about whether she's a good soldier or not, she's the black sheep, and everyone knows it. On television, the soldiers parade Raquel, who survived the incident but is now used as a bargaining chip. A soldier accuses Raquel of being Taliban, and she refuses to speak English to avoid exposing the team. Furious, Jake rushes to kill the sheikh but finds Agna on the phone. It turns out Agna has betrayed the team, feeding information about their plans to Amir. With no time to handle both the sheikh and the escape, the women flee, leaving the $10 million behind. Their plan is for Amir to be so satisfied with the money and the sheikh that he won't check the suitcase and find the tracker hidden inside. The plan works and Amir leads them to his secret base. All they need is the element of surprise. Amir is now with Badia, Camilla's daughter, making her a proposition. If she agrees to marry him, he will spare the other girls. Otherwise, he'll shoot her. Meanwhile, Jake and her team, disguised in burqas, locate the girls. As soon as the sheikh declares Amir and Badia husband and wife, Amir reveals his true intentions. He kills the sheikh, revealing that the sheikh betrayed his parents, leading to their execution. Amir has sought him out not to follow him, but to kill him in revenge. Amir's men soon inform him that the money is fake and contains a tracker. Furious, he blames Badia and shoots her. Before the women can be locked up, explosions begin. The team rescues the girls and Jake confronts Amir in a fierce fight. Initially, Amir has the upper hand, but Jake, fueled by vengeance, turns the tide. Geek gets trapped under debris and the team is forced to leave her behind. The rescue helicopter won't wait forever, but Jake refuses to leave anyone behind. Once everyone else is safe, she goes back for Geek. In the final scene, a helicopter takes off with the rescued girls, while Jake returns to action. The story ends with the promise of more adventures and challenges for Jake and her team.